Yo, what is good, Ninja? OG over here from NewsEssence, and welcome to another NewsEssence video. Today we have some awesome information on Splatoon 2, in addition to a Wild Guns Reloaded launch date and physical version of Voez confirmed as well. So let's go ahead and get right into it. And we're starting off with Splatoon 2. Nintendo has just released a massive new patch for the game. Splatoon version 2.3.0 update is now available. I actually downloaded it, I think late last night. I haven't been able to play it at this point, but we do have changes to multiplayer, rank, salmon run, single player, and more. So let's go over some of the changes here. In terms of changes to multiplayer, it seems like there's just fixing of certain issues, like bug fixes, things like that. They also reduced the jump power and certain things of like the team sponge color. There's all sorts of different fixes that they did. There's some rare issues that they fixed when it comes to multiplayer. So overall, you're just gonna get a better experience when it comes to that. There's like a ton of fixes when it comes to different ranked matches and some of the stuff with Rainmaker, in addition to some of the levels. I mean, Nintendo just did a great job there. In terms of changes to the rank, they did fix an issue in ranked battle in which if there was a difference between players from before a match began, it would not be judged as an unfair match. So there's that. They also made some changes to Salmon Run in terms of the hazard level and how it's displayed, fixed some rare issues. There's just all sorts of stuff. There was also quite a number of changes to certain weapons in terms of buffs and debuffs and things like that. So make sure you check out the link if you want all of that. There's also some changes that they did to single player. They did fix an issue where the player would be pushed out by the tip of the ink fueler and go through the terrain. So they're fixing little bugs like that. There's also a bunch of other fixes as well. Splatoon 2 has been probably one of the best supported games that I have ever seen in the history of the ongoing game service. I mean, we're talking about multiple major patches and fixing of things that I didn't even know were an issue. But if you look at a lot of games out there, this is a list of stuff that's usually wrong with them, and a lot of developers don't even end up fixing most of the things or any of the small things. But with Splatoon 2, this game has literally been being worked on and fine-tuned going on a year now this summer. So that's absolutely great, and I think that's what I kind of want to focus on just a little bit more, is talking about the support that this game has received compared to what you see out there. Nintendo has patched this game, major patches, at least like 4 or 5 of them, maybe even more since the game has launched. They've added in brand new content. They've added in little minor content. They've fixed so many different things in addition to hosting Splatfest and just doing so much more. Splatoon 2 is pretty much the sequel that so many people were at first saying, oh my gosh, this is really not much of anything. But now looking back at this point and seeing everything that they've added into Splatoon 2, all for free. Nintendo has not charged a single penny outside of what you paid originally for the game. That is absolutely insane, and is easily one of the most supported and best supported games out there out of any franchise, man. We're talking PS4, Xbox One, PC. I mean, there's a lot of games out there where developers continuously update things, but Splatoon 2 has been one of the best and most consistent in terms of that. And like I said, all free new content being added in. None of it is user generated or mods or anything like that from the community. It's pretty much all been Nintendo supporting this game. Now, in terms of the lifespan for Splatoon 2, I do want to talk about that just barely before we get on to the next topic. Nintendo did say that they're going to be supporting this game for at least 2 years, so maybe we'll see Splatoon 3 afterwards. And I think that if they did do a Splatoon 3, which I think that they will, there's still so many more areas that they can go. There's still so many more things that they can do, which is why Splatoon, in my opinion, is one of Nintendo's best franchises out there, because it hasn't hit anywhere near its ceiling at this point. It hasn't moved into like the 90s range when it comes to the overall score and what people think of it. Yes, they think it's a great franchise, it sells a lot, but it's still reviewing around in the 80s and stuff. I'm wondering when Splatoon's going to make that jump into the 90s in terms of the ratings and all of that. Not to say that it's not that good of a game. Trust me, I loved the first game. I think I gave it a 9. I loved the second game. I didn't review it, but at the same time, I still played the heck out of it and still sometimes do play it with PE Arena. But at the same time, like I said, I'm wondering when they're just going to take that next leap. And I think that Splatoon 3 can finally be that if they just build off of what they have here. So I'm really looking forward to the future of Splatoon. I think it's very bright. I think they have a lot of great ideas that they can still implement into the game. There's still stuff that they can do with multiplayer. There's still stuff they can do with single player. I mean, a co-op campaign, that's something that a lot of fans have wanted as well. So hopefully going forward, they implement some of these, but I'm just amazed at how much support this game has received and all the content that it's getting. It's absolutely amazing in this age of super DLC and super microtransactions and all this stuff that Nintendo would just continue to give away this content, and support the game as much as it's supporting it. It's awesome to see, man. So what do you guys think about Splatoon 2's latest big update? Are you guys still playing? Let me know your thoughts and even some of your suggestions for Splatoon 3 in the comment section below. All right, and moving into the next article here, we do have a release date for Wild Guns Reloaded. Is launching this April, and it's due out both physically and digitally. So this is from Natsumi, which is interesting, more one of the smaller to mid-sized publishers. And the Nintendo Switch version of Wild Guns Reloaded will launch both physically and digitally in North America in April for $29.99. Publisher Natsumi has announced there are pre-orders that are available now at GameStop if you want to pre-order the game. So I'm going to give you guys a quick overview of it if you guys don't know what Wild Arms Reloaded is, and kind of give you guys my own experience with the title. So Wild Guns Reloaded is a fast-paced gallery-style shooter mixing the Wild West with steampunk. Players can play as Clint, Annie, 2 new characters, or all together in multiplayer action. Each can jump, dive, and roll to get out of the way of the barrage of bullets enemies let fly, or shoot them down with your own gun. In Wild Guns Reloaded, Annie has tracked down the famed bounty hunter Clint to get revenge on the Kid gang. With 8 stages, each with 3 zones, there's plenty of bad robots to blast away. With a true arcade game feel, Wild Guns was the first sci-fi western to arrive on home consoles, and to this day, there really isn't any other game like it. The Nintendo Switch version offers new game modes such as beginner mode. Now newcomers can play the arcade-style shooter with unlimited lives. That's amazing, Natsumi. And in contrast to beginner mode, there's Boss Rush. Time Attack was created for Wild Guns veterans. For the hardest of the hardcore, Boss Rush Time Attack mode lets players take on the bosses in the game one right after another. How far can you get? Now, Wild Guns Reloaded is currently available for the PlayStation 4 and PC, and I actually played quite a bit of it on the PS4, and I thought it was a great game. It's old school, kind of reminded me of like, there used to be like this old Western game that I played on the Nintendo back on the NES. I forgot what it was called, but basically you walked up on like the overhead map, and you basically, it was like you just shot. But I used to play that a lot, and Wild Guns kind of reminded me of that when I played it on PlayStation 4, so I thought it was really cool. So this is definitely one of the games that I'm looking out for on the Nintendo Switch. Since I've already played it quite a bit, I think that it's an okay portable style of game. So if you're looking to get it because of the portability aspect, I mean, you can definitely do so. It's cool. $29.99 is not too bad for the style of game that it is. It is a physical version of it, so you can pick that up. So Natsumi is stepping up things just a little bit. And overall, it's a solid game. It's a solid game for those who like the old school arcade style action. But the only reason why I was interested in it just for a little bit, because it just reminded me of that. Even though the old school game that I played on the NES, it didn't have robots in it and all that like this, it just kind of reminded me just a little bit of it. So I just wanted to check it out. And like I said, I had a lot of fun with it. Definitely not my favorite style of game out there, but it's still cool that it's coming to Nintendo Switch and that they had the confidence to put it out on the system, because the game isn't out on Xbox One at this point, yet it's coming to Nintendo Switch physical and digital. Usually a lot of publishers will kind of scale back and only go with the digital release, but Natsumi said, no, we're gonna go with physical as well. So that's also really cool. So what do you guys think about Wild Guns Reloaded coming over to Nintendo Switch this April? Are you guys excited for this title? Have you played it before? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, and moving into the final article here, we do have a physical confirmation for the Nintendo Switch version of Voez, and it's coming to North America this summer. Switch rhythm action game gets the nice physical package finally confirmed. We talked about this just a little bit ago in terms of the GameFly listing. Now we have that confirmation. So a physical edition of the Nintendo Switch version of rhythm action game Voez will launch in North America this summer for $39.99. Pre-orders are currently available on Amazon.com. Now here's a little bit of an overview of Voez, because I really like this game, so I want to make sure that you guys all know about it. So Voez is a rhythm game developed by Rayark Games that features 3 difficulty levels. In each level there is a black horizontal line at the bottom of the screen. As notes fall down from the top of the screen of the note line, the note can move horizontally depending on the song and its chosen difficulty. The player must either tap, hold, slide, or swipe the note depending on which note it is. Here are some of the key features of the game. We have dynamic tracks with falling notes, bringing visual and gameplay experience to a whole new level. features 50 songs with 3 unique patterns totaling 150 levels, unique story episodes and artwork for players to unlock, Japanese voice acting with in-game text featuring English, Japanese, Chinese, and Korean. And of course, there is a physical launch trailer in terms of what they put together for us here, man. And Voez is one of those sleeper hits. I think that nobody really thought that it was going to do anything when it first got brought out for the Nintendo Switch. It was just a smartphone game. They're just like, oh, it's just a smartphone game. There's not even any TV play. Like, you can only play it on your Nintendo Switch. You can only play it in portable mode, but it actually did really well. I think it sold over 40,000 copies very quickly, which is a lot of revenue for what they were charging for the game, which was $29.99. And that was in Japan alone where it sold 40K. So they were like, wow, maybe we should support this game more. And then it actually did pretty good when it comes to the North American eShop charts and everything. Then like, okay, we're gonna start supporting this game regularly. And that's pretty much what we saw throughout all of 2017. And then earlier this year, we got the confirmation of the physical release for Japan and everything. And that went over really well. They got the button controls, they got that big update, new songs being added in. So I love the support that this game is getting as well. I have the game digitally, but I'm definitely 100% picking up the physical edition of the game. As soon as we get some stuff with Best Buy, I'll be more than happy to go pre-order it, just because Voez is a great music rhythm game. I really like it. I think it's one of the best ones that I've played, man. It's a lot of fun to go through Voez. I like the music in the game. The music is really good. If you like the Japanese style, like K-pop and things like that, it's actually really good music, but it's just more fun really to just try to make sure that you actually tap like the different lines and the buttons and everything, because it gets really hard when you start cranking up the difficulty, man. So that's the thing that I'm worried about the most. The music is just kind of almost a side thing at this point for me. Outside of that, it's really more just me focusing and paying attention to make sure I can play the game well. So what do you guys think about Voez in terms of the physical edition? Are you guys excited about this one coming over? Have you picked it up at this point? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, Ninja, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and check out the links in the description below. We've got Facebook, we've got Twitter. Go ahead and give us a like and a follow on our social media. Really helps us spread the content of Player Essence across the webs in addition to YouTube. Also, make sure you check out our Patreon, Twitch, and YouTube Live gaming pages and consider supporting Player Essence. When you do so, it gets you access to all sorts of cool benefits, perks, rewards, and emotes via YouTube or Twitch sponsorship. So check out the link in the description below and consider supporting Player Essence right here on YouTube. Hit that like button if you did like this video. Lets me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And subscribe to Player Essence for the latest RPG, Japanese, Nintendo gaming news. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you for the next video. Peace.